And so please keep your videos on till the end so that it's more interactive. And the purpose why we do these meetings is to learn from each other, to challenge each other, to keep growing our businesses, okay, to discuss on strategies on how to grow. And we focus on a pathfinder stage of business, that is for businesses who are looking for growth through a particular strategy that they can adopt. So that's the stage that we discuss on. And my name is Thomas. I run a software company called Rijola IT Services. And we have an online community called bacommunity.me, that is business automation community.me, where you can go and register and you can network with other entrepreneurs also. We have a tool called bgsm.rijola.com where you can set goals and track your goals like a coaching, self-coaching companion. And we have a WhatsApp group. So please post your referrals, ask for referrals, any positive information that is useful for entrepreneurs, you can post it there. Today's topic is sales incentive program that works. Again, we've been doing sales topics for the last few weeks, and mainly because that is the most important, department or I would say structure in an organization which helps to growth, which gives growth to the organization. So sales is the one most crucial, most important department. So I decided that we will do a series on sales, and it is one of the challenging departments for me personally. That's why I definitely want to do this and gain feedback from whoever are attending. So that's the background about this. So sales teams exist only through proactive, self-motivated, self-initiated performance, whereas other departments may survive through reactive approach. For example, accounting department can survive even if they react after a transaction or when they get an alert, or they can plan their activities ahead of time, and they can stick to that activities without any change. Whereas for a salesperson, it is completely proactive, it's completely uncertain. There is no guarantee what is going to happen with one particular inquiry or whether there will be an inquiry. So it's a world filled with uncertainties for a salesperson. So good performance of sales team is mandatory for organization survival and growth. Their performance, they perform well through proper motivation. Okay, this is they perform well through proper motivation. So if sales team receives proper motivation, they will perform well. And remuneration plays a major role towards motivating the sales team. And that is why we are going to discuss on some incentive structures which can help uh, to motivate the sales team in a right way so that the organization can continue to keep growing. First is identify the needs of the organization that the sales team can fulfill. That is the need for acquiring new customers and orders, or is it to increase the share from existing customers, or is it to launch a new product? So that is one objective that we have to first define. What is the reason I need to have a sales team, or what is the objective that I want to achieve through the sales team? Is it, I want to grow bigger with new customer acquisition, or I want to launch a new product, so I want a different set of behavior from the sales team. So that is one thing that we'll have to be sure about. Or maybe we are in a mature market where we really cannot see of acquiring new customers. However, we may be able to increase the market share in the existing customers, or we may be able to remove competition and enter into a customer where there is already a product that is there from a competition. So the objectives of each organization will be different. So we have to first identify that. How should my sales team, or what is the result that I should expect from my sales team? And then match the remuneration to motivate the team in that direction or in this direction. So first identify the objective of what is required for the organization, and then the remuneration should match that. So for that, I have given one example for growth from new customers with low volume products. So that is the market that I am in. So that's why I decided to take this as an example. That is, we are looking for new customers, but at the same time, our sales is not a high volume product where we sell on an every day like 10 or 20 or 100. Ours is a large value order. So the volumes are quite less because the value is quite large. Each order value runs into few lakhs. So our order numbers might be very less, but the value is very large. So this kind of a organization where sales is required, this is the structure that I am suggesting. Of course, sir, you can also give your views whether it will work, what worked in your organization, and how you feel this is right or wrong. So the first one is keep a moderate fixed pay. That is, the fixed pay should be in such a way that just with the fixed pay they will not be able to survive for long. They may be able to meet their basic expense or needs that are there at home, but not in a major manner, and with extra support during initial months. That is, for the first 3 months or 6 months, depending on this kind of market and the product that they are in, you may want to support them with an extra support remuneration. That is for about 3 to 6 months, just to help them to set a base of, let's say, inquiries, and then to start getting orders. So this, with extra support during the initial months, can really help them. It can motivate them to, get started. The next one is high incentive for order through inquiry that is self-generated. Now, sometimes the mistakes that a organization can make is to have a same incentive structure for any kind of order, which might not help. So, if the need of the organization is to capture new orders, new customers, the open up absolutely new customers, not from the existing pool, but new customers, then the sales incentives also should be in such a way that it gives the maximum incentive for those customers which are brought in by inquiries generated by the sales team themselves. So I am proposing, for example, 30 percentage, a very high value of incentive for those orders which are generated. I mean, the inquiries of which are generated by that team member itself, the employee itself, the salesperson itself. Then medium incentive for orders through inquiries from the organization. So if the organization gives the inquiry, and if the salesperson closes it, then the incentive is lower. I have kept it as 10. I'm sorry, I have kept it as 20. We can even keep it lower, maybe 15 or even 10 also. That is again depending on how we want to motivate the salesperson. Okay, then low incentive for repeat orders from existing customers. So in some cases, like in our case, once we have an order, usually the client continues to place order every few months, for various services that we provide. So for that, you can reduce the incentive, because that should not become the focus of the salesperson. The salesperson should not look at repeat orders that are coming and start getting comfortable, and you pay them very high incentives on that. And then no incentive for orders from existing customers. That is, if even before the salesperson came in, if there's a customer who's been continuing with us, in those scenarios, there should not even be a sales incentive that should be given. So they should be completely demotivated to go to the existing customer for orders, because it's very easy to get those orders. Those customers would be satisfied already, and that's why they are your customers. And when they want to get repeat orders, there's not much of a sales effort that is need to put in. You just have to take care of them, so give them good service, and they will continue, to giving you. They will continue to keep giving you good orders and repeat orders and all. And if goal is achieved for the year, then 40% boost on the earlier earned incentive. So whatever incentives that they have heard, that they have earned before, that will have a 40% boost. I mean, I'm saying 40%, we can decide on any amount, maybe 50% boost on the incentive amount. So that could mean around 10% additional incentive, considering, I've just taken an average of these, and 40% of that can be around 10% additional incentive on sales. Okay. So this is the structure that I would recommend for someone, for an organization that would like to motivate its sales team, especially if they are looking for new customer acquisition on a high value product or a low volume product. Okay. Now, what are the objectives through that particular incentive structure? First is, sales team is motivated to look for new inquiries and orders. So they will not be motivated to look at existing customers, because they will not get any incentive. And remember that the fixed pay that they are going to get is moderate. Okay, so they will not be motivated to look at existing customers. They will keep looking for inquiries, because they know that if they close new inquiries, new customers, they will be getting the highest incentives. No incentive to focus on existing customers, cannot continue without performance. Now, if they don't perform, let's say they are there for 3 months, I mean, where you're giving that initial support, and if they are not building any inquiries, and they are not having any hot inquiries, they have not filled up their pipeline by having hot inquiries, and then, having a proper funnel for some orders that might get converted in the next few days or few weeks. If they are not having that structure, they will not perform after 2 or 3 months, and we will be able to observe very clearly, and they themselves will have to step down, because The fixed pay will not really help them. It will not motivate them, and then there's no point in even allowing that salesperson to continue because they're not capable. They're not able to generate inquiries and close orders. So motivation to achieve the yearly goal. Since we are keeping a yearly goal boost of incentive, they'll also have the motivation to achieve that yearly goal also. And another advantage of having such incentive is only the A category sales team will remain in the organization. So those sales team who are not self-motivated, who are not determined, who are not driven, they will not be able to survive under this particular structure of remuneration. And those who will survive are those who are extremely high performing A class sales people who really love such structure because they know they can earn really high. They know that for whatever hard work they put in, they are going to get very high incentives. So they are the people who will stay back. The dedicated and committed sales team will thrive in this structure, and that is what the organization should look forward to. That is the sales. In fact, I remember one of our attendees recently in one of the meetings mentioned that the person, he used to feel jealous for the high remuneration that salespeople used to get in the organization. And that is how it should be. Salespeople who are really hardworking and who can really crack the deal and get good volume should be highly remunerated, and that will basically help the organization to continue to keep growing. So that's the sharing from my side for a particular structure of the organization's particular objectives. Sir, over to you. What is your observation on this? Do you agree with the structure that I have suggested, or do you have any other recommendations, any other structure in mind?
Sir, I agree with your recommendation, sir,
Okay, sir.
because what we have experienced, people are coming and
Yeah,
they are keeping seeing the existing customers, they go.
absolutely, well.
They never want to bring new peoples here.
Correct.
So this has happened in my company.
Same thing has happened in my company also, sir. So I am also telling out of experience only. Yeah. So yeah,
So whatever you are saying is true, sir.
absolutely, sir.
But I don't know. I don't understand how you are calculating 30 percentage.
So that is what, sir. So in our case, it's possible because we are into software. So in our case,
Okay.
it's possible. Whereas in your case, yours is a product-driven organization. You're into CCTV and security solutions, where the margins are
Uh,
thin
yeah.
and the volumes can be higher. Like for example, you may sell a camera, multiple cameras in one order. Volumes are high in yours. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah, correct, sir. We
Yeah.
are selling LED lights, sir.
LED light.
Probably how much it will be cost means it will there may be 5,000 or it may be 2 lakhs.
Yeah, correct, sir. So in
So
your
in
case,
that
this
our
structure will
margin
not
will
work.
be around 20%.
Understood.
So in that case, how we have to decide the
That is what. So in your
uh,
case, that 30 percentage will not work, sir. In your case, it has to be less than 20 only, obviously.
hmm,
Since your margins itself is around 20, you may want to give even as high as 15 percentage to the salesperson, sir, for the order which he has generated the inquiry. Okay, for that,
okay.
and the organization gets only 5 percentage. Okay, I'm just giving
Hmm,
some examples, sir. Okay, I mean, the idea is that we motivate the salesperson so much to look for new orders, sir. But another advantage is if that customer has a repeat order, they are getting lesser. Maybe you will give only 5 percentage the second time.
hmm,
The first time
hmm.
it is 15, the second time it is only 5. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay.
like that, and if they are going to existing customer, zero, no incentive. You see, this customer is
Hmm,
existing, so you cannot get incentive.
hmm, hmm,
So
hmm,
something like that, sir. The idea is that they should be motivated for their
hmm.
effort in bringing new customers. Okay,
Okay,
and
okay.
they should be really motivated in a high level, sir. So, like even if in those orders which they are bringing in, if you are not making any profit, I mean, one advantage that you will get is repeat orders from them. Okay, you
Okay.
will make you'll make your revenue. Second thing is you will have overall
Hmm,
growth in the organization. You
hmm,
may
hmm.
have service revenue. Do you get service revenue, sir? I mean, small service repeats or something happens in your case, or that is not a department for you?
That is not a requirement, sir.
Okay, service
So
revenue is not there.
our product is one-time sale, sir.
One-time sale. Okay, okay, sir.
One-time sales.
Yeah,
If
so
you
repeat
sell one
orders
time,
come, sir. Sometimes repeat orders come, like existing
no,
customers, new
no, sir.
project.
No. It may take another 6 months,
6 months.
three
Yeah, that
months
is
to
fine.
6 months for
That
repeat
is fine.
orders.
Yeah, that is fine, sir. 3 months to 6 months is, it will just pass by. But what I'm saying is the first time only you're having to give 15 percentage, but the second time onwards you're giving only 5 percentage.
Okay,
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 that is, these are few ways. Of course, in some cases you may have to give discount also to the customer. So in that case, you have to tell the I mean the sales team will get proportionately less. That is, if instead of 20
yeah.
percentage margin, if you are giving discount and giving only 15 percentage margin, obviously the incentive for the salesperson also will come down.
Hmm.
But the
Okay.
concept, underlying concept is this, sir. The monthly fixed
Yeah.
pay will be very, very moderate. It will not help the salesperson. Maybe initially you can give some additional to support. Then after 3 or 6
Okay.
months, depending on the market and how mature it is and how good they are, uh, motivate them with the highest incentives if they are able to bring in new customers.
Okay.
And once
Okay.
the customer knows your brand and they are satisfied with your product and they are happy with the service that you are giving, I mean the delivery or the overall performance of the lights are good, they will come back to you 6 months, 1 year, and your overall business will continue to keep growing.
Okay.
Sir, if I can ask you, what is your current incentive structure and how have you set it and how is it working?
See, currently we are giving 5%, sir.
Flat.
Flat
So
for existing,
whether it is
whether
existing
it may be
or new.
existing or new.
Okay, okay. So what will happen, no, sir? Then they may get comfortable with your existing clients.
See,
They will.
that is not so easy, sir.
Yeah, yeah. And
See,
how about do they have to also go do cold calling, sir? Do they have to go visit new sites or something? Is that also one
yes,
of their?
yes,
Okay.
yes, they have to visit sites, sir.
Yeah,
Because if an engineer is constructing a building,
yeah,
he got minimum 10 numbers of quotations for LED lights.
correct.
Even though he has a customer of me,
Yeah,
he will get ten number of quotations.
understood. Yeah,
So who is going to repeatedly and seeing the engineers, he will get the order.
understood. Absolutely, sir.
So
So
every time that's a new order for me.
absolutely, sir. So in your, do you see that your sales team is motivated to go and keep meeting new clients? Do they do, or do they go to your existing clients?
Both they have to do.
Have to do, but are they doing?
They are bringing new customers.
Oh, excellent, sir. That's really nice.
See,
So existing
I need
customers,
daily 40 leads, sir.
you're getting.
Yeah, I will simply tell I need daily
Oh,
40
like that
new
you're saying. Oh, very
leads.
good. Okay.
So they have to work. See, they have if they work for 5 hours a daily, they will get
Yeah.
a 40 numbers.
How
See,
will they
if
get,
they
sir?
are
What
going
do
to
they
the
do?
extension area, if they go to the extension area, they will get minimum 10 to 15 leads within 30 minutes.
Oh, amazing.
So that's the thing. So that we are asking to give me 40 leads,
Understood.
and this is the scenario of my business.
Right now. Okay. Okay. So do you think you want to make any shift in the incentive structure, or you believe that what's there is
Uh,
working
af-
for?
after your session, I am thinking to give some more additional
Okay.
incentives
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay,
to
sir.
motivate them. To bring new
Motivate them.
engineers, I will give additional 2% or 3%, like,
Absolutely, sir.
because we are also giving additionally petrol expenses and all other expenses, sir.
I understand. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
So
So
daily we have to provide 150 to 200 rupees for petrol allowances
petrol itself. Yeah.
per person.
I understand. Yeah.
So after your session, I am thinking of to give additional for
Definitely.
new one.
Teams. Yeah, that's what, who are bringing in new inquiries, new customers. Yeah, definitely, sir.
Yeah, that
So
will motivate them.
absolutely, yeah. They'll focus more on, looking at new customers rather than, wherever they're comfortable, you keep continuing there, instead focus
Ah,
on the new one. Yeah,
correct, sir.
absolutely.
Correct. I
Thank you,
agree
sir.
with you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you very much for your views on that, sir. And I'm looking forward in the upcoming sessions. One of the sessions, you should give a feedback, whether it worked, how it worked, and whether you saw any change in their behavior. I'm really looking forward to that in one of the upcoming meetings.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you very much, sir. And sir,
Thank.
please invite your friends for the upcoming sessions. And if you are feeling inspired, you would like to share something on some topic to us, all of us, and this is also shared on the social media. So if you would like to share something with entrepreneurs, please let me know. You can take up one of these sessions. It could be on any topic. It can be on manufacturing, trade. It could be on sales, marketing, any topic. Please let me know. And
Okay.
we have other support systems. These are few books that I recommend for scaling up entrepreneurs who would like to grow their business. And please share your questions in the group also. And thank you very much, sir, for attending this session and for sharing your views. That was really, practical. I mean, what you're doing and, the way the team is working and how you're planning to change. Thank you very much for that. And looking forward to feedback in the coming months, on how it worked on the change in your incentive.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir, and have a great week ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good night and same to you. Thank you.